All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. You know how on Facebook they have these memories for you?
Yeah.
Last night one popped up. It was us doing the Kentucky game 2 years ago. It was scary.
Is it the one you made?
Yeah,
I'm sure
it was self-made. It wasn't good. But yeah, because half the time I'm looking at it. But anyway, obviously Florida playing Towson this week. I think at the beginning of the year we looked at that game and we go, Towson. But, you know, this is not a terrible team offensively.
No. I mean, Pat, they've got a good quarterback that can run and throw. They're averaging
Yep.
like 430 yards a game, 40 points a game. So they have enough on offense to make it interesting for a while at least.
Yes, and their defense is terrible. They've given up an average of 22 first downs a game.
I know, that's unreal.
So
if you can't run on this defense,
and
quit running.
If they don't, then we just have to say, well, let's just abandon
Yeah.
it. Nothing.
Become Washington State.
Yeah, you have to run the ball. Coach Spurrier told me that about after going out there because his son's out there. He says, you know, Mike Leach says we don't have to run it.
They don't, and they do okay. But they have no defense.
No,
Which
they
is
they certainly didn't against UCLA.
No.
But yeah, it's another opportunity to get better, to clean up the things that keep plaguing this team, not to the point of losing, but to the point of not always looking great.
Yeah.
And that's what is the dynamic or the narrative, whatever you want to call it, of this football team. Is most people are sitting there looking at it and going, the Gators aren't. In fact, I had a guy get up next to me on the Stairmaster. He said, I know this isn't a popular opinion, but I think the Gators look like poop. And I'm like, they're 4-0.
Look like poop.
But you know, nationally, they're not getting a lot of respect and they're not getting a lot of love. And for a guy like you and me that sit there and watch and see all the warts, we kind of get it sometimes. But in the end, you are what your record is, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. But these things, you don't know what your football team is until you start playing games.
Yeah.
So now you figure out what's wrong, what you can do well, and then you do it. And like one thing, they need to clean up these blown assignments on the line. They've come close to breaking some long runs, but one guy doesn't do his job, and it blows up.
Well, that's the thing. You get better in practice, but you don't find out about your team in practice.
There's just no way.
You find out about it when they play games, and we all know what's coming down the road. Certainly a schedule that's very difficult. With
Tigers, and more Tigers.
A lot of top 10 teams, so it's going to be interesting. But, hey, the bottom line is for them in this game is go out there, establish a run, have a fun day. It's your last chance to kind of breathe.
Roll up some numbers.
Keep guys healthy. Get guys healthy. Whatever. And here's the thing. Whatever he wants to do with C.J. Henderson and Jabari Zuniga, that's fine. That's his decision. If he feels like they need to get some rust off, fine. If he feels like he wants to play him, don't second guess what the coach is doing.
I think C.J. practiced the other day, Pat, so he will have a decision to make on that one.
Yeah, and like a lot of people just say, I don't play him. But I think you do need to get a little rust off, especially playing that position. You don't want to just
jump into the Auburn game after not playing for 3 weeks. You want to get out there and play some.
And that's the thing. This is what I'm writing about for Saturday. I don't think this defense is elite without C.J. Henderson. With him,
I don't either.
It's got a chance to be. And you can look at numbers, Robbie. They're 10th in the nation in scoring defense, which is the most important stat
I know.
you can have.
All that matters.
But you don't feel like they've been playing at an elite level yet.
They've given up too many big plays.
Right.
Too many third and long,
43 double-digit gains.
Yeah.
There's a stat for you.
That's where it becomes a negative for you, you know.
Absolutely. So, but they've got a chance to be. There's no question about it. And this is a good test in that regard. In terms of, let's see what you got defensively. These guys can throw it. This quarterback is an athletic guy. I was just saying before we went on the air, I wouldn't be surprised if of all the quarterbacks in this building, that Flacco, who's Joe Flacco's brother, is the one who ends up in the NFL.
Yeah, very well could. He can run, he can throw, and if the defense isn't alert and doing assignment football, they're gonna have problems.
One stat of note too, they give up a ton of yards and they've given up a lot of points, but they are 3-1. Their one loss is in overtime to Villanova.
52-45,
Ed Pinckney at the buzzer, I think, hit a 3. But they picked off 9 passes. So Florida's got a propensity for throwing picks. They need to get away from that. So I think a clean game, as much as anything, would be good for Florida.
Clean, no turnovers, no bad penalties.
Yep.
Clean things up.
So we tell you how to do it, and all you have to do is
get better every week. That's what Mullen's saying.
That's right. And I don't know that they have. They kind of have. Incrementally, they've gotten better. It hasn't been a big jump, but they did win 34-3 last week.
Yeah, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, that's what cracks me up. Street and Desmond Howard go on the air and say, I think that Tennessee's going to play with them. I almost made that my upset pick. And then Florida wins by 31. They go, well, Tennessee's just bad.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah. It's not Florida's not good.
Yeah, Florida's not good.
The other team's bad.
I don't know. What do we know? We only watch the team every day. All right, that's going to do it for today's Swampcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget that we will be back after the game, live from the, not live, but on the field, dead from the field.
In the darkness.
In the darkness. Yeah, it will be dark. I didn't think about that.
Will be.
Okay, cool. And tell you what we thought of the Florida game against Towson. Big week next week, as we all know. We'll have a lot of stuff coming for you at Gatorsports.com. You're not going to miss any of it. Pat Dooley, Robbie Andreu of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from the Sunshine State.